finished my 214th and final Wainwright way back in 1984. I picked up a couple of the Outlying Fells along the way, but never finished them. And now, some 40 years later, I've got this crazy idea of finishing the Outlying Fells. I've no idea whether I'll be able to do it, but I won't know unless I give it a go. Hopefully my exploits will encourage some of you old-timers to get out on the fells again. And if you really are too old and infirm, then maybe these videos will help you live vicariously once again on the fell tops. This is the last walk on this trip. Top of Sellside, it sort of overlooks Coniston, and fortunately it gives you 4 tops on the one walk. It starts at the village of Nibthwaite, but there's nowhere to park in the village, so you have to park about a quarter mile out, just squeeze off the road by this wall. That's about the only parking space. So about a quarter of a mile to the real start of the walk. This is really the start of the walk, the village of Nibthwaite, and you could possibly squeeze a car in there, but it looks like probably local people actually park there. So we've got to head up here, and soon we'll be on the fell side. Right, immediately through this gate, we turn right, straight up the fell. Well, that's Brockbarrow up there, the first summit on this walk, and that looks quite formidable. Wainwright said this is not a climb for old men, but from his map it looks as if he actually went straight up from here, which is ridiculous. There is a path that curves around to the right and sort of comes up the back of Brockbarrow, so that's obviously the path I'm going to be taking. Hope it's not as steep as it looks from here. It's only been about 200 yards along the path now, but already we get a glimpse of the beautiful green fields of England. And a little bit of Coniston, which we should see quite a bit more of a lot later. Just before you come to this gap in the wall here, where the path goes straight up by the wall, you need to turn left on a faintish path, but then it becomes a proper path as soon as you get round the corner. Nice easy path here up through the bracken, and the summit of Brockbarrow is getting closer in height, if not in distance, and we're getting more views now. Right, we're curving off left here towards the wall over there, which means we're now actually heading for the summit of Brockbarrow rather than away from it. Well, this is very pleasant, and I can see the summit just over to the left there. A little bit steep for me anyway, but okay. Of course, it wouldn't be worthy if you didn't have to drop down and climb again to the last bit, but it's fine. What a view. Well, that's the first fell of the day, Brock Barrow. I must admit I wasn't looking forward to this one too much because it seemed to be quite steep, and probably one of the steeper ones I've done so far. And after 2 weeks of walking, I have to admit I'm a little bit tired. But it's been a really nice walk up, quite steady. Certainly don't go up the way Wainwright suggested, just curl around the back, and it's a dead easy walk. On now to top of Sellside itself, with a couple of other fells in between. I think it's High Light Hoar and Low Light Hoar. Several other people have said it's easy to get lost up here, but it's a beautiful day today and I can see where I'm going, so I can't imagine there's going to be much problem. Well, there looks to be a clear path off here, assuming this is the right way. As always, it looks like a long way to go, but surprising how quickly you get to places. The wind's picked up a bit now. Well, it is quite easy to quickly go off the path here, especially if you blindly follow what looks like a path. I don't know what that little cairn is over there. It's certainly not a Wainwright top. The next Wainwright top's over there. But I've come off the path a little bit, so I've got to make my way back through the bracken, but it's quite easy. Well, those people who say it's easy to get lost up here are dead right. According to my map, I'm right on the path at the moment, and there is a little sort of trod through the bracken, but it's not really a path. But it doesn't really matter, you just keep heading in the right direction. Well, if you keep your eyes sharply peeled, you will find the occasional path. And I think Low Light Hoar is not too far up here. And that looks to be Low Light Hoar, just up there. According to the map it is. No path there though, so thrash through the bracken for this one. But it's only, what, 100 yards. Fell number 2, Low Light Hoar. Navigation is quite tricky up here, especially in the summer, although it's September now and the bracken's dying a little bit, but really the bracken covers all the paths. I should imagine this will be an easy walk in winter, where you can see the paths, but at the moment you can't see anything. I don't know whether you can see the view behind me, but that's absolutely stunning. All the way over the Coniston Old Man and the fells around there. Next is over in that direction. We dip down into the depression there, and the one directly in front of us is High Light Hoar, with top of Sellside beyond that. There's another fell over there, but the walk doesn't go over to that one. Much more open on this section. Now I can see where I'm going. And where I'm going is High Light Hoar, straight up ahead. Well, not too far and an easy walk, and I think that's the summit of High Light Hoar. Let's see where we come. You can see Low Light Hoar there, but you can't see Brock Barrow, which is over the top there now. onward to bag fell number 3. Well, according to the map, the summit of Highlight Hoar is this little knobber here, but obviously everybody else has thought it's where the cairn is, but just to be safe, I'll do this one. And that's definitely higher than where the cairn is. And that's the third summit of the day, Highlight Hoar. Been quite an easy walk so far. On now to top of Sellside itself, which looks about as far as we've already walked. So I think we dip down and then climb back up again. Lovely walking again. And all of a sudden, top of Sellside doesn't look as high or as far as it did from Highlight Hoar. Bit boggy here. The fell dead ahead there is Arnsbarrow Hill, but Wainwright didn't include it, so I don't have to do it. A few ups and downs here, but an easy path. It's not super clear, but easy to follow. Well, I knew we'd have to dip down at some point. It looks like this is it. Path goes through the bracken now. Loads of different paths up here you can take. I had a path on Commute which was all over the place. So basically I'm just following whatever paths I can find, heading in the right direction. So if we dip down the depression, I'm sure I'll pick up a path going up there to the top of Sellside. What a lovely little valley to find high up on the fells. Not too far now to the top of Sellside. Well, still a way to go. Well, that's top of Sellside. That's the fourth summit of the day. What a cracking walk that's been. Loads of paths to follow in the sunshine and loads of ways to get lost in the mist. So saved this one for a sunny day, but it's a walk well worth doing. Well, I'm quite pleased with 4 tops today, so it's now a case of having a good look round because the scenery is incredible up here, and then head down a couple of miles back to the start. We'll go back a different way down. and a nice clear path down from the summit. Well, look at that for a view. What a cracking path down. Looks like a beautiful, easy path all the way back. So off the grass now, and we take this track which leads all the way back to Nibthwaite, I think. I'm not actually going to be going all the way back, but it's probably the best way. I'll probably go back along the road, which is easier for where I park the car. But quite a rough and rocky path down this way. Make sure you don't twist your ankle after doing those 4 summits. A nice waterfall over there in the trees, so you can't really see it. Bit of a better view from there. Just on your right down here, as you reach this little river, and there's a metal lane ahead of you. I'm turning right. I think you can go straight ahead and get down to Nibthwaite, but I've chosen to do this way, which I think comes down to the car park. Well, I think it's much nicer here than walking on the road. Well, this is a lovely path down through the woods. It's a bit overgrown in places and a bit boggy in places, but I much prefer this than walking on the rocky road or the metalled road, which takes you back to Nibthwaite. We've still got a bit of road walking when I get down to the bottom of here, but that's not too bad. Bit of hurdling. Oh. And that path through the woods brings you out to a little car park, which is marked on the map as difficult to find. Well, from here it's just a half a mile walk along the road back to the car, so I think I'll wrap this one up here. Now, top of Sellside has been a cracking walk to finish off this 2 weeks I've had in the Lake District. I said right at the beginning and the intro to all these videos that I wasn't sure whether I'd be able to complete the Outlying Fells. Certainly in that first week when we were staying at Alpha, the going was difficult and I didn't do as many as I wanted to over there. But it's easier in the southeast, and I've done 26 fells altogether on this trip, and I'm pretty pleased with that. It makes me think that I can actually get to the finishing line. I started with 83 to do and I've now got 57 left, but the good news is that quite a lot of those are 4 or 5 peaks on one walk, or even when you go over to the eastern side near Shap, you can pick up 7 or 8 summits on one walk. So this all seems doable now. So with 57 fells left to do, I'd love to come back next week, but unfortunately that's not possible for me because I now live in the Outer Hebrides. The time getting down here and time off is no problem because I retired long ago. The problem is catching ferries, driving huge distances, and then renting self-catering cottages for a couple of weeks. All adds up on price. So there won't be any more videos now till next year, but I'll definitely be back next year and mop up those ones in the southwest, and then head over to Shap and do all the very quiet far eastern ones. I don't know whether that'll be 1 trip or 2 trips, but I'm pretty sure I can actually do it. Thank you if you watched any or all of the videos, and don't just sit there, get out there yourself. I met one guy on the top of Bigland Barrow who was 83 years old and still walking, and that makes me believe that I can carry on for another few years yet.